The previous time we were reading the Dhammapada verse, and I thought maybe it's the best idea to review the verse first. Damvarabo, can I ask you to read the verse for us?
Yes, Ajahn. Anda bhuto ayam loko tanu keta vipassati sakuno jala mutova ako sagaya gachati.
Thank you. Do you remember the structure of the verse?
I think is blind is this world. They see very little. It's like a bird free from his cage. Very few go to heaven.
Yes, thank you. So let me try to turn on the declensions chart here so you can see the, if you're coloring, then you should be able to see the cases. So Andabhuto is a compound for Andabhuta. Bhuta is born, Anda blind. So born blind, this, I am, the world. So the world, referring here to the world of beings. So here it's not the world of the senses, but the world of living beings. This world of beings is blind, born blind. Tanuka eta is a few. So Tanuka is few. Here, eta, here there is a few, only a few, who can see with insight, vipassati.
But it's in singular, because loco is world in singular, so all these verbs then that follow are in singular.
That's also there are few who can see. Sakuno jala muttova. So the bird, sakuna, which is like, so va here is sandhi joined, shortened from iva. So like, so this is what gives us the comparison. So like the bird, like the bird that is few are the birds who are freed from a net. Right, that's the meaning. And so jala mutto, jala is the net. Net. Mutto is freed or liberation, right? And so appo is a few. Few are those birds which are freed from the net. And in the same way, few who are going to heaven. Gachati, to go. Sagga is the heaven. Saggaya, dative to the heaven or to higher destinations. And if you remember, so what did Andabhuto refer to? So if you think of the deeper sense of the world, what the verse is trying to impart, what are you blind from? What is the world blind from? Or what is it, what is lacking that it's not giving you sight? So wisdom is lacking. So Andabhuto refers to the Panya Chakku. The eye of wisdom is missing. That's why the world is said to be blind. And the jala, what is the net that the comparison is made to? Somebody remembers what the net is about?
Is it the Mara's net? Mara is catching the bird.
That's right. So this is so the reference is to Mara, And Mara is a reference always to the Lord, to death, to the Lord of the sense realm. And so the net here is the Marana Jala. Marana Jala, the net of death that is catching beings who are not freed because they are blind through not having the eye of wisdom. And if you remember last time, we went in a few more details as well to bring out the deeper meaning of the verse. Like this is how the commentary explains the Marana Jala, Jala Muttovati, Marana Jalina Ottatesu Sattesu Bahu, Apayagamido Honti. The beings covered with the net of death, they go to bad destination. And then it's also a reference to the trapper, the snarer, which is Mara. But it's usually then the Mara Paso, the trapper, Mara's net. Beings are tied up with desire like birds in a snare. And the way the net is cut is through the Panyachakku, the eye of wisdom, is that Achehi Tanghang Ida Namarupa, is that Namarupa and Tanha has to be cut. This is how the net of death is cut, is that Tanha and Namarupa has to be cut. Okay, so that's the Dhammapada verse. And previously we read some part of the story. So this is about the weaver's daughter, the Pesakara Dita Vatu, Pesakara Dita, the daughter Dita of the weaver Pesakara. And if you remember the stories about the Buddha going to Alavi, the village Alavi, and he gives a Dhamma talk there about Maranasati, about mindfulness of death to the people of Alavi. And while they are listening to his instruction that if somebody doesn't cultivate mindfulness of death, then at the time of dying, then they will scream like a frightened animal. And nobody cares, nobody listens to him very much, except for one girl who is 16 years old, and she is really impressed. She is going to practice, and the part that we read ends with this sentence: Sapi kumarika tini vassani maranasatim bhavesi eva. And so you recognize the Sa is her, Api is the and or also. And so she, Sapi, that girl, Dini Vassani, for 3 years, Maranasating, the mindfulness of death. Bhavesi is aorist, past tense of Bhaveti. So only, and Eva is here it can mean just or only. And that's so she really focused on cultivating mindfulness of death, and that's all she paid attention to. So she cultivated this practice. So let's continue from here. Ajahn Gavesako, can I ask you to read the next sentence until Upadarento?
Atheka divasam sattha pachusa samaye lokam olokinto tam kumarikam attano jnanajalasa anto pavitham disva kinnusa bhavisati te upadharindo.
The sound is quite low. Ajahn Gavesako.
I'm too far from the. I can move it a bit closer to me. Too far. Okay. Maybe better like this, or you can drag it here. No. So I think this means Atha Ekadivasam means and then on one day, yeah.
Right, Eka, 1 day, Eka Divasa.
Yeah, 1 day, Eka and Divasa. Divasa is day, 1 day.
It's just indeclinable here.
That's right. The master, the Buddha, Sattha, is the master, the Buddha. Lokang Olokento, he is overlooking the world. He's looking around, overlooking in the world. You know, Olokento means while he is looking at the world. Surveying the world, yes. And then it's Pachu Sasamaya. Pachu Sasamaya is the time of early morning, yeah, before dawn. Yeah. That's the time when it happens. And then Disva, Kumarikang Disva. So having seen who? Having seen that girl, Tang Kumarikang. So that's an accusative. So having seen that girl, Tang, I mean that, Kumarikang Disva. Attano Jnana Jalasa Anto Pavitham. I think it means something like something like the net of knowledge. Jnana Jala is the net of knowledge of oneself or one's own net of knowledge, and entered into Anto Pavitham. Yeah. Anto is inside, Pavisati to enter. I'm not quite sure how to translate it.
I think it means that she entered to a certain stage of her practice.
Yeah.
Like a net, like an encompassing quality. Like
Yeah.
she entered into some stage at the practice.
Right. And then Upadharento, what is it? Oh yeah, considering.
So we're talking about the Satta, the teacher at this point. So this is
right.
the teacher is considering.
He's considering King Nukova Visati. Who will this be? Or no? What will this be? What will this be? Something like that. Is a kind of question. How would you translate that? King Nukova Visati. What will it be?
He's thinking about what to do, what would be the right thing to do, what could be, what would be the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like especially if you see the so just to stay with the literal meaning,
right.
Like King Nuko, how or what will it be, right? That's the literal meaning.
Yeah.
And then the idea is that he's considering Upadarento, what's going to be the next thing that happens, what to do, what should be the right thing to do. And then Ajahn Kongrit, can I ask you to read the next sentence, please? Until Bhavita.
Imaya Umarikaya Mama Dhamma Desanaya Sutta Vasato Pathaya Tini Vatsani Marana Natsati Pavita.
Thank you. Do you recognize the structure of the sentence? To start from the end. It's usually easier to start from the end. Varanasati Bhavita.
Bhavita is a verb.
That it's the past participle, meaning here developed. Is developed. So developed what? developed the, that's right. So for three years. And so he remembers that girl, Imaya Kumarikaya, which thinking of himself, Mama Dhammadesanaya, that which to her he's been giving the Dhamma discourse, Sutta Divasato Pattaya, starting from hearing it. So Pattaya is beginning or starting from that time when the day of hearing it, Sutta Divasa. Sutta Divasato, so the to ending gives you the ablative sense. Ablative meaning that something from somewhere, like a direction from. So here Sutta Divasato, from the day of hearing, beginning from the day of hearing, right? That's the Pattaya here is participle, past participle. That girl which he gave the Dhammadesana to, starting from that day, for 3 years, developed mindfulness of death. Yes. Venerable Katanyuto, can I ask you to read the next one until Basisami?
Itana
In
tatta antava imam kumarikam chattaro panye uchitva taya visajentiya chatusu tanesu sadhukaram tattva imam gatham basisami.
Thank you. What do you recognize from this? Some words probably catch your meaning. So starting from the end of the sentence, something datava imam gatham basisami. So datava means so from giving, from deity, having given, datava, imam gatham basisami. This gata is the verse. This verse referring to the the verse that is in the Dhammapada. Basisami is that he will speak. So this is the end of the sentence. But so this refers to idani ahang. So now I, tattagantava. Someone feels confident to explain this sentence? I try to not
Okay, so
explain everything.
Tattha Gantva is going there, having gone there. Gantva is from Gachati, Gantva having gone.
Uh-huh.
I know chattaro.
Good.
So yeah, Chattaro, but it's so Chattaro Panye Puchitava. So 4 questions, having asked. Puchati is to ask. So Puchitva having asked. Chattaro Panye, the 4 questions, and Imam Kumarikam, that means to the girl, asking the girl the 4 questions. Taya Visajintiya, I think means after her reply or response.
That's right. So Visajenti is responding. So the steps. So he the Buddha is thinking of, is planning his what he's going to do, right?
Yeah.
So first, idanahang tattagantava, right? One thing. So having gone there, imam kumarikang chattaro panya puchitava. That's the next thing he's going to do. What's the meaning here?
Having asked, after asking her the 4 questions to this girl.
That's right. And then the after that is,
and then after her response,
her responding. Visagentia is the present participle.
That's right. After her response, and then Chatusutthane Sadhukarang Dadva, having given the 4 sadhus, 4 sadhus in 4 cases, or something, 4 questions, or 4 cases.
Or 4 reasons will be that, or 4, like, there is going to be 4 questions, and then there will be 4 reasons, and he will approve it, he will say sadhu, he will acknowledge it.
Yeah. And then I will speak the verses.
Okay, so that's the plan. This is a proof that even the Buddha was planning his Dhamma talks.
A little bit, yeah.
Tanatanyu, can I ask you to read the next one from until Nyatava?
Sagatawasani Sutta Pāli Patitaisati Tang Nisaya Mahajana Sapi Satika Dhammadesana Bhavisatiti Nyatawa.
Thank you. What do you recognize in the sentence?
So Bhavisati develop, I guess, mindfulness developed, something like that. No.
In this case, so here Bhavisati is will be. So something will be.
Okay.
So it's not.
So Dhammadesana. So teaching.
So the teaching will be something. We'll find out. So starting from the other end. So sa referring to, so this is her, she, gata avasane. So gata is
verse.
The gata is the verse. Avasana is the ending, so the finishing. So after the Buddha has finished his verse.
Sutta Pāli, so it's a foot of stream entry.
That's right. So locative here, so in the fruit of stream entry. Patitahissati is to be established. So to recognize the root is in ta, to stand or to be upright or to be rooted. And so she will be established in the fruit of stream entry after the end of the verse. And tang nisaya, owing to that, so nisaya is dependent or because of or reason for owing to that. Tang referring to the previous, having been giving this teaching and the attainment of true entry, tang nisaya mahajanasapi, which is Mahajana, is the Maha is great, Jana is people, so the great assembly will also will be also benefiting from this teaching. And then Yatava is here is just finishes the train of thought, is that having known this, having thought this is what the teacher is planning to do. So after that, his plan is Panchasata Bhikkhu Parivaro Jetavana Nikkamitava Anupubbena Aggala Viharam Agamasi. So after that, so at this point, the Buddha has been just reviewing what he's going to do. But at this point, things start to happen. So with 500, with the retinue, Parivaro, with the retinue of 500 bhikkhus, Jetavana Nikkamitava, having departed Jetavana, Anupubbena, here this is instrumental, stage by stage or gradually, Alagga Viharang, to the monastery, to the Vihara at Alagga, which is the city that the village that Alagga Viharang, Agamasi. He went there. Tanvarabo, can I ask you to continue, please?
Ala vivasino sata agatoti sutava tanviharangantawa nimanta yinsu. And the people who live in Alavi,
That's right.
The master has come. Having heard that, then going to a kind of house, they invited.
So they go to the Vihara. So the Buddha goes to the Alagga Vihara, and so Tang Viharam, to that Vihara having gone.
Nimanta Jinsu, I think that is invited.
Yes, they. What is that exactly? I can't remember.
That is aorist, plural.
They invited.
They invited.
Yes, they invited. Nimantaya, yes. So they invite him to receive alms food. That's the implication. Ajahn Kongrit, can I ask you to read until Tuttamanasa?
ตดาสาปิกุมาริกาสัตถุอะกมานังสุตวาอาคโตกิระไมหังปิตาสามิอาจริโยปุณณจันทมุขโขมหาโคตมะพุทโธติทุตถมานะสา
Thank you. So the meaning is Ajahn Gavesako, can I ask you to translate for us?
So she
So again, Sapi.
Yeah, so she, the girl, Sapi, having heard about the arrival of the master, and then it's like what she's thinking. Agato kira mayhampita. Indeed, kira, he has arrived, agato, he's come here. Maihang pita means my father, and Sami is also like a master, or normally it can
Like
be
an address, sir or master.
master. Acharyo is a teacher, and then Punna Chandamukho means somebody who has a face or mouth, literally mouth, but refers to the whole face. That is like a full moon. Punna Chanda means the full moon, Chanda, meaning like very bright face. Maha Gautama Buddha, the great Gautama Buddha, Tuttamanasa, meaning she is happy in her mind, like this, or satisfied, pleased.
So Tutta is pleased or satisfied. And Manasa is with that mind or with a mind like that. So this refers to the girl, Sapi Kumarika. So she wants to go to see the Buddha.
Yeah.
She's very keen to go and see the Buddha, but things don't turn out to be like that. Ito me tinnang sangvacharanang mattake suvanna vanno sattaditta pubbo. Idanissa suvanna vannang sarirang dattung madurojancha varadammang sotung labissamiti chintesi. So we're talking about the girl, and who has so she thinks of the Buddha and her mind is pleased and satisfied, and she Sapi Kumarika, next thought finishes with chintesi, which means she thought. She thought, so the previous is again her thinking. Ito me tinnang sangvacharanang. Sangvacharana is year. Ito is again the to gives you the clue that this is a ablative sense. So tinnang sangvacharanang, so 3 years. And so 3 years ago, or since 3 years of time, right? That's the sense. And mattake is what is that's the time period. So 3 years of time. Suvanna vanna vanno sattaditta pubbo. It's been 3 years that she has seen the gold-colored teacher, or a teacher with the gold complexion. Like Suvanna is gold, Vanna is face or color or complexion. So she calls the Buddha the gold-faced teacher. So she's thinking of that it's been a long time since that 3 years she hasn't seen him. And so idani assa. So now suvanna vannang sarirang dattung. So to that, so sarirang is a body, and dattung is you recognize from this. The root is this, so this is something to do with seeing, and the tung ending gives you the infinitive, so it means to see, in the sense of going to see, like going to do, going to, for the purpose of doing that. Dattung, so seeing the gold-colored body, and cha maduro, and the madura is a sweet or honey. Ojang is like a juice, or literally like an essence, but a juice is something that is like squeezed out, the essence of a fruit. Like the sweet juice of excellent Dhamma, to hear, sotum, labhisamiti. I will get to hear. So she is looking forward that she will get to hear the excellent teaching, the sweet juice of Dhamma, and seeing the gold-colored body of him, Asa, referring to the Buddha here.
So this is why we put the gold leaf on the Buddha's statue.
Oh yes, very good. This is the justification for the tradition of putting gold leaf on statues.
Because the Buddha obviously had a gold-colored skin. That's what they say in the commentaries, but it's not in the suttas. And also the word sarira normally refers to the dead body, usually in the suttas, but here it's used for a living body, instead of kaya, and here they use sarira. So this is commentarial Pāli, which is really quite developed from the suttas now. And Suvarna, if you know the airport in Bangkok, is called Suvarna Bhumi. Suvarna Bhumi is the same word. Suvarna meaning like the gold-colored, golden land, it's translated. Is the ancient name for that part of Southeast Asia.
Well, Ajahn Gavisako, can I ask you to continue then?
Okay, so Pitta Panasa Salam Gachanto Aha. So Salam Gachanto means having gone or going to the sala, going to the hall. Pitta is the father, Pana is but Asa, his father or her father having gone or going to the sala, Aha means he said, Amma parasantako me satako arodito tassa vidattimattam anittita. Amma means something like dear, or okay, just my dear, or like a
Just addressing the daughter.
the daughter, yeah. Parasantako, yes, meaning belonging something that belongs to another. Para, it means the other. Santako means being, belonging to. Me satako arodito, or the cloak. Yes, it's some kind of a robe. Obviously, this refers to some kind of maybe sangati or some kind of outer cloak. And it is ready. It is prepared.
So he's a beaver, right? And there's some work, some job that belongs to another. Like he's working on a cloak, and this is already prepared, ready to be worked on.
Oh yes. Tassa vidattimattam anittitam. So anittitam means not finished, unfinished. Like in the Patimokkha, we say something nittitam, meaning it is finished, or the sutta is nittitam, meaning it's finished. But here it's anittita, so unfinished. So of that cloak, tassa, meaning of that, vidattimattam, just the one span measure is unfinished, meaning certain distance, hence like this distance is unfinished. Tam ajja litapesami, that piece, ajja today, litapesami, I will finish, I will complete. Sigham me tasarang vattetva ahareyasiti. Sigham means quickly. Tasarang is the shuttle of the. Okay, when weaving, they have this instrument.
The shuttle of the loom. So imagine like a shuttle that has the thread rolled onto it. Mm-hmm. So that's what has run out, and so he needs that to be filled to finish the cloth.
Paritva is probably something, the action he has to perform with it, but I don't know.
So spinning or rolling or turning.
Arayasi means to bring it or to turn it or something.
So he tells the daughter, so Sigang quickly, me tasarang, so to me the shuttle, bring it, aharayasi, so you should bring the shuttle after having spun it or having turned it, meaning go and fill the shuttle. I need it to finish the work. So Tangatanyu, can I ask you to continue from until the end of the line?
Sachintesi ahang satu dhammang sotukama pita chamang ewang aha. So aha, it's he has done, he has made. No, this one.
Again, please.
Like sorry.
Again, I didn't hear you.
Having done, having made, I guess.
Not here. So same here. You see with previously the pita panasa salangachantu aha. So the father comes into the room and said something. Same thing here is that
yes, having said, yeah. Okay.
having said something. So having said this to me, mang. So aha here is saying this, saying like or told like this to me. And who is it? The father. The father said. So, but to go back to the beginning of this line, so Sachin Tesi, do you recognize this? So Sa is the pronoun, so it's her. And Chintesi is thought. So she thought that Sotukama, is a sota you recognize from listening, from hearing. Kama is a desire or wishful, like a wish. So she desires to hear the Dhamma. Sattu Dhammang, the Dhamma of the teacher. Right? This is Sattu Dhammang Sotukama. So she wants to hear the Dhamma, but father just told me this thing that just gave her a job to do. And so she now has to figure out what to do. Dana Jyoti Panyo. Jyoti, what's your name, please, again?
Jyotipanyo.
Jyoti Panyo, yes. Can you continue reading, please? The next line.
Kinuko satu damang tsunami udahu pitu tasarang wattetawa haramiti.
Thank you. Do you recognize something from the sentence?
Well,
One word, you know.
Dhamma.
Yes, Dhamma.
Oh, very good. Okay, that's the beginning. Do you recognize what's after? So Dhammang Tsunami.
Tsunami.
Sunda to me bante sambo. To hear.
To hear, okay. To hear.
The Dhammang tsunami is so to listen
To
to
listen
the Dhamma.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
No.
Okay.
Not tsunami like the water tsunami.
Not tsunami.
The tsunami.
You're thinking like that.
To listen
That's
to
in a
the
different context. So King Nuko is idiom, usually meaning somebody's trying to figure out something, so it usually means how or what. How could I? So the action is tsunami, to I hear. How can I hear the Dhamma of the teacher? Sattu Dhammang. Tsunami. Udahu, pitu. Udahu is continues the clause. When father.
Udahu means or. Yeah? Should I like?
It's the in this case. Yes, that's right. Here it could be like a decision.
Right.
Should I go to listen to the Dhamma, or it presents an alternative, or pitu tasarang vattetava harami, or am I going to spin the tasara, spin the shuttle, and bring it to father? So she has a great moral dilemma here. Tangvarabo, can I ask you to continue, please?
Atasa itada hosi. Pita mam tasare. Anaharia mane poteya pipa hareya pi. Then she thought, if my father, I don't bring this how is this
The shuttle.
If I don't bring to him, he will hit me and he will beat me.
That's right.
Child labor. Let's report it.
So this phrase atahasa itadahosi. So this is a common idiom in the texts. So literally it means and then to him or her it was like this. Like that is the like mirror translation. But the meaning is that like here then she thought. Like you recognize ahosi is was like this, etad ahosi was like this to her. But you recognize the meaning is then it occurred to her. Then she thought the following: that father is going to punish me if the so these are locative. Tasare ona haryamane. So this is an absolute locative construction, is that when the not bringing of the shuttle happens, then he might beat me. And that's the idea. Continue with the next line, please.
Tasma tasaran vatetawa tasadatawa pacha dhamman sosami ti pitake nisiditawa tasaran vatesi. That's why having rolled the shutter, having given, then after that I will hear the Dhamma. Then she sat down in a chair and start winding the shutter.
Thank you. So she now has a plan. So tasama, therefore, like from there, tasarang vattetava. So having spun the shuttle, tasadatava, having given it, pacha, afterwards. So this is the plan, is that after having done the job, Dhammang sosamiti. I will hear the Dhamma afterwards. And so with this idea, pitake, locative, at the chair, Nisiditava, having sat at the chair, Tasarang vattesi. She started spinning the shuttle. Okay, Ajahn Kongrit, can I ask you to continue, please?
อาลาวีวาสิโนปิ สัทธารังปริวิสัตวา ปัฏฐังคเหตวา อนุโมดันนะอนุโมทนัตถายะ อัฏฐังสุ
Thank you. Do you recognize what's happening in this sentence?
อนุโมทนัตถายะ
Aha.
อัฏฐายะ อนุโมทนา
So attaya here is for the purpose.
for the purpose of อนุโมทนา appreciation
Pattanga hetava, do you recognize? So patta is the
บินเดบาต the bowl
bowl, that's right. So patta is the bowl.
กเหตวาคำ
Having here it's having taken or having like the sequence of events here. It's a very condensed little story here. That's so Alavi. So the Alavi Vasino, the residents of Alavi, Sattarang Parivisadava. So you recognize the Tava. These are having done something. So having served the teacher, they with food, they serve the teacher with food. Pattang Kahetava, having taken his bowl. So say he finished eating, they have taken the bowl. And for the purpose of the Anumodana, this is why it's dative, Attangsu, they were standing. So the meal is finished and the lay supporters who have offered the food, they are waiting for the Anumodana.
waiting for อนุโมทนา
That's right, they are standing, Attangsu, they are standing for the purpose of the Anumodana. And then, but he explains, Sattaya mahang kuladitarang nissaya, tingsayojana magang agato, sa ajjapi okasang nalabati. So the teacher, so he says that young ahang kuladitarang, so I have come, so agato, I have come agato. Things are 30 leagues. The road, the way of 30 leagues for the purpose of. So Nisaya is or because of. And because of what? Because of the Kuladitarang, the family daughter. So I have come 30 leagues of way because of a certain daughter of a family. But she, sa ajja api, today she okasang nalabati. Labati is to get or receive or gain. Right? And so the okasa here is like a opportunity or chance. like the opportunity to do something, like the chance to do something. And so he says that he's come here for the purpose of seeing this girl, but today she's not getting a chance. She doesn't have an opportunity at the moment to come here. Taya okasa ladde anumodanam karissamiti tunhivuto ahosi. So Taya okase, Taya is this is referring to the girl. This is the pronoun Taya okase ladde. This is again this absolutive construction. Anumodanam karissami. The anumodana I will make from karoti. Tunhivuto ahosi. So silent he was. This is somebody's phone, perhaps.
My phone, I try to shut it off. Not phone, the message.
Oh, from your desktop, perhaps. I see.
Mm.
So ta'aya, you can recognize this from ta. Ta means let's bring it out to the side. So ta is to okay, like this. So ta is this or him, and so ta gets a feminine ending ta, and so ta aya which is the instrumental ending here. So that's instrumental. So the base ta turns into a feminine pronoun ta. It gets the instrumental, which means by or with, ta aya. And so that's right, this should be instrumental here. So by him, by her, okase ladde. So we had a lot of these absolute locative constructions in the previous reading as well, when we were reading the adasime, akasime. And the way to recognize this is that you have this locative ending, the e, right? So you recognize it's usually attached to nouns, like samaye, like at the time. But here this is at the end of a verb. So it starts from labati, which means to get or obtain, and then that becomes a past participle, which means gotten or obtained. So that becomes lada, labati, ladda, and then that receives this locative, the locative e, and it gives you the sense of when something happened, like when something is obtained, in this case with labati. And so this locative.
Sorry for that. I don't know where it comes from.
So this locative is the cases match in the Pāli sentence, and this is how they relate to one word to another. So okase ladde, when the opportunity is obtained. That's the construction there. And so this is a separate unit here, okasaladde. Like you have that. And after that, he will give the anumodana. Okay? So by her, when the opportunity is gotten, then she will come and I will give the anumodana. And following that, Tunhibuto is staying in silence was. So everybody stayed in silence. Okay, this is a useful construction to recognize this when you see the locative ending, but it's at the end of a verb, then you can think, it means something like when something happened and something will follow afterwards. So it constructs a sequence of actions with these markers. Okay, Ajahn Gavisako, can I ask you to continue, please?
Evam tunhi bhutampi sattharam sadevake loke kochi kinchivattu navisati. So evam tunhi bhutanam pi sattharam. So with we could say thus with the master, with the Buddha being silent, becoming silent, tunhi bhuto. With the Buddha becoming silent, sadevake loke, in the world with its devas, kochi kinchi vattum navisahati. Kochi means somebody, kinchi vattum means to say something, kinchi is something, vattum is to say, navisahati is not able to. Yeah? So after the Buddha thus became silent, then in the whole world with its devas, nobody was able to say anything.
That's right. Everybody was terrified of breaking the awkward silence.
Of course.
Like the Buddha is like there's a social expectation. The anumodana has to be given. It has to be given, but the Buddha is not giving it, and they have to wait for it.
Yes.
Okay, but
Yeah.
we'll get to the anumodana in a little while. Sapiko kumarika tasarang vattetava pachyang tapetava pitu santikang gachamana parisa pariyante tatava sattarang olokayamanava attasi. We'll stop there for a second. So we're about the girl. So she, that girl, Kumarika, Tasarang Vattetava. We've seen this a few times now. So having spun the spool, the shuttle, Pachi is a basket. So in the basket, ta, you recognize the root, so to stand or to make something stand. So in this case, to put in. So having put the shuttle in the basket, pitu santikang gachamana.
To go to her father.
So from gacchati, mana is the present participle. Something that is happening, so or during, while something is happening. Right, so pitu santikang is the presence of, so or the where he is. So pitu santikang gachamana, so the girl having done the job, and while going to the father, pitu santikang gachamana, parisa pariyante tatava, so she passes, so while going to the father, having finished the spinning job, she stops, having stopped in the middle of the assembly, at the assembly, having stopped at the assembly. Sattaram olokaya manava attasi. So oloka, recognize this is the looking at something. So she is looking at the teacher, Sattaram, looking at the teacher. Attasi is to stand, she stood looking at the teacher. Sattapi givam ukkipitava tam olokesi. And the teacher, Satta, givam is the neck, ukkipitava is turning. So, and the teacher turning his neck, tongue refers into her, she looked at her. Aha. Venerable Katanyutu, can I ask you to continue, please?
Sa olokita kareneva anyasi satta eva rupaya parisaya maje nisiditvaya tvava mam olokento mamagamanam pachasisati atano santikam agaman neva pachasisati.
Aha, thank you.
So having seen her, he understands.
No, she understood. She knew Anyasi.
Okay.
She knew.
So Anya recognized this is knowing. So this is she knew. And what does she know? What does she recognize? So she looked at the teacher looked at her.
Olokita akaren eva. So it's olokita akaren eva.
Everybody is looking.
No, by the way, through the manner of him looking.
So akara is the manner here. You know that sometimes the way people look at you, you know what they are thinking. That's
Yes.
the girl recognized what the teacher wants. So this is what she thinks is satta eva rupaya parisaya majjani siddhavava. So the teacher, this way, like in eva rupa, this way in the middle of the assembly, like sitting in the middle of the assembly, mang olokento, looking at me, mama gamanang pachasisati. Pachasisati is like desiring or wishing to something to happen, or expecting. And mama gamanang is mama agamanang. So mama is.
Is he waiting for me to approach?
That's correct. That's right. Attano santikang agamaneva pachasisati. That he is waiting, like pachasisati, he is wishing for me to go to his presence. Santikang is presence. So she recognizes that the teacher is looking at her because he wants her to approach. Would you like to do the next line as well?
Satta
Sata sarapaching.
tapetoa satu santikam agamasi.
Okay. So start from the beginning. So sa means
She.
correct. That's right. So tasara paching. Tasara is the, what is the tasara?
Shuttle.
The shuttle.
Basket.
So tasara is the shuttle and the pachi is the basket. So the shuttle basket, tapetava, is it's useful to notice these the roots. Like, you have the ta here, and so it's always to make something stand up or to establish something or to put something.
Yeah, so she takes the basket and goes to the master.
That's right. And Sattu Santikang Agamasi goes to the presence of the teacher.
But she puts down the basket. Tapetwa is put down.
Tapetava, she puts it down. Tapetava.
It's like the monk's name. Tapano is from Tapati. Meaning he's putting down the basket.
Oh.
And Atanyu, can I ask you to read the next one, please?
Kasma pananang sata olokesiti ewon kirasa haosi. So Kasama, I don't know this one.
Why or what is the purpose? So here is why.
Pana is but, no? Why the master is looking at me?
That's right. That's right.
Ewon kirasa haosi. Yes.
So asa, to recognize from the compound, the sandhi, is that asa usually means to him, or for him, or of him. So in this case, it's to him. So thus, to him, it was, which is this idiomatic way to say, and then he thought.
Oh.
Ajangavisako, can I ask you to read the next one, please?
Esa etto vagachamana tujjana kala kiryam katva aniyatagatika bhavisati. So she, Esa etto vagachamana, going from here, I think from here, meaning from this situation, Uttujana kala kiryam katva, so having died, like a death as a putujana, as a common person, aniyata gatika bhavisati, she will become one with a fixed destiny.
The other way around. Aniyata.
Yeah, with a fixed destiny.
Unfixed.
Oh, not unfixed. Unfixed destiny. Yes. Okay. Mama santikang agantva gachamana sotapatti phalang patva niyatagatika hudva tusita vimane vibbati satiti. Having come to my presence, Mama santikang agantva gachamana sotapatti phalang patva. Then going to the fruit of stream entry, reaching the stream entry fruit, and then reaching the fixed destiny, niyata gadika. Tusita vimane vipadisatiti. She will like reappear in the Tusita vimana is the mansion, like the heaven realm.
The company of the.
Yeah, in the company of the Tusita devas. Tassa kiratan divasan maranato muttina manati. So for her, on that day, dying, like when she dies on that day, muttina mati. It's not possible to be freed from it. So it means she has to die on that very day.
So she will die that day. So the teacher recognizes that she is going to she's going to attain the patava, attain the fruit of stream entry, but he recognizes that having died after that, muttina manati, liberated, she will not be called. So she will not be liberated as in complete liberation, but she's going to attain Sotapatipala. So to go back to the beginning of the sentence, so Esa is a feminine nominative singular, so this is Etasa, which is Etova is, you recognize this to ending is very useful to spot because it always implies this ablative that from somewhere. So here, Ima is here. So from here, Gachamana, which means going from here, which means after she leaves this place where they are talking, after going from here, Putujana Kala Kiriyam Katava, having so the worldling, the death, having made his time, having finished his time as a worldling, so having died in the state of being a Putujana, Aniyata Gatika Bhavissati, then her destiny, where she goes, Gatika, would be uncertain, Aniyata. Right? Like the Buddha is, so we are being explained why is he so keen on teaching her, is that if he doesn't teach her, then dying today, she will die as a Putujana, and her destiny will be uncertain. It's not sure where she's gonna go. But coming to my presence, meaning the Buddha is talking to himself, that coming to his presence, agantava, like I think this is a end of clause here. Gachamana, so going, leaving after they have talked, she will attain Sotapatipala, patava, like patta, attain. Again, end of the clause there. And niyata gatika hutava, niyata now opposite of aniyata, so certain or fixed destiny. Having been her destiny having been fixed. So that's right. Tusita Vimane Nibbattisati. She will be reborn in the company of the Tusita gods. But at the end of this, after from dying, Tangtivasam, she will not be completely liberated, but I think we can consider that a happy ending if she attains Sotapatipala.
Happy ending.
Right? Interesting.
I think that last sentence, it could be interpreted another way. I think it more like, for her on that day there is no release from death. You see, this is because it's maranato muttina manati. It's the release is from death.
There is no.
Yes, but that implies the same liberation, no?
No, I don't think this doesn't refer to like vimutti or the final liberation. It means just for her there is no release from dying on that day. This is the construction.
I see. Yes, I haven't thought about it like that. So for her.
Yeah.
So for her.
Indeed.
On that's right. So for her, indeed, on that day, there is no nati, there is no freedom,
From dying. Yeah.
freedom from death.
Yeah.
Maranato. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That works too.
Because the mutti is used in this way in the Pāli text. It's not, if it's like total liberation, they wouldn't use mutti by itself. It would have to be vimutti.
There was an interesting. I don't want to drag the meeting out for much longer, but the commentary had an interesting way of talking about why the ordinary person is the Putujana. I'll copy the text in here.
Yeah.
So the Putujana is like the ordinary man, Putu meaning many, Jana person. And the way the commentary defines that sohi putunang nanapakarakang kilesadinang janahidi karanehi putujano. So indeed, he is a worldling because he is generating numerous defilements. Right? That because of because he's under the influence of the defilements, he's generating defilements. That's why at such a stage, one is called a worldling. And this is remember that this is a reference to the stages of training, so that you have the Putujana, the Seka from the time of Srimantri, the people who actually started training themselves properly, and then the Aseka, who has finished his training. And so those who haven't even started properly training, they are still generating defilements because they don't know what to do properly. And so, right? And then then also, like a simpler way of putting it, yataha putukilese janetihi putujana. As it is said, they generate defilements, hence they are worldlings. Putu avihata sakkaya dittikati putujana. They have many unremoved avihata sakkaya ditti. So they are full of thinking about themselves. Yeah. They are full of their own ideas about who they are and what they are going to do, and this is why they are called worldlings. This is a good place to finish. We've covered quite a lot of this story today. At another time, I think we'll be able to get to the end, but that's not for today.